Aloha everyone, this is our Hawaiian Volcano summary for August 21st, 2025. Kīlauea's 31st episode is now expected in the next 2 to 6 days, although our live view as we currently speak, it shows lava spattering up within the north vent at 5 p.m. here on Thursday Hawaiian time. Still, persistent strong glow, the cycling of lava coming up is similar to the buildup ahead of episode 30, where we had an extended delay of the onset of the episode, even as lava was close to the surface, meaning that we have as well the chance of increased fissures and other vent changes with the next episode. The USGS HVO reports suggest that the variations in the magma supply might be to blame for this. So it could be that the pulse of magma has run itself out before it's refreshed, or it could also be that the bulk of all of this lava piled up around the north and the south vents is requiring extra pressure for it to actually erupt out as it was before. So beyond this live view, we can see that there have been other spattering bursts earlier today in the afternoon. But long term, over the last week, there's been very little variation on the crater floor. This is a thermal camera, the F1, showing all those changes contained to the vent area over here on the right side of the image. USGS drone flights earlier in the week captured this view of the lava pond within the north vent from above, within all these different lava textures for the various outflows of each episode. And we can see that previous to this, we've been seeing this all through the night as well, these spatter bursts and pistoning cycles. So let me just jump ahead to the tilt, where you can see that the recovery rate of inflation was large to start, but similar to before episode 30, we have this stagnation in the inflation rate. In the case of episode 30, that led to increased pressure to cause a new fissure before the outburst of fountains. And so we await to see what will happen for episode 31. This is different for the last two episodes than the first 29 that we see here. You can see we haven't had this long delayed pattern really since back around episode 17, where we had an abnormal lull as well. So the USGS update for today expects fountains to start between August 23rd and 27th. That's between Saturday and next week, Wednesday. Although we would not be surprised to see it come sooner, as we've showed you the live view here. If it does last until Saturday, that would make it these last two episodes the two longest inter-fountain duration pauses, besides episode 16 and 17. But apart from that, everything is expected to be contained within a summit, around the pause vents. Even a new fissure that occurred was down here on the southern caldera wall within a summit area. Lava is accumulating in that area, filling the inner pit since the 2018 collapse, with no threat to people outside of the national park here. The larger threat still is tephra and VOG emitting from the pulses of fountaining. And here you see the distribution of VOG, even in this period between episodes, putting out 1,500 tons per day on average, that can distribute to the South Hawaii Island area, as well as the southwest part of Kona. Our current readings from the area from our Citizen Science Network are all in the green, apart from a few areas that have caught some of this lower level VOG between the episodes, as you see from the satellite image here. Earthquake-wise, it's been fairly quiet. There have been some earthquakes around the summit region, a little bit offset from the recent fissure location. Otherwise, as well on the south flank and broadly around the Pahala hotspot source. Overall, looking at our earthquakes counts per week, we are still within this low, stable period that has characterized the eruption at the summit since in the 2024. We're seeing continued spreading and contraction with each episode across the caldera's north to south rim, excuse me. As you can see here, we have over a 10 centimeter spread for this most recent pause period, and a slight contraction following the stagnation and inflation here. So that's a pattern, a lot of movement around the summit, but down on the Middle East Rift Zone by Pu'o'o, we're still seeing contraction and no signs of connection of that part of the volcano to the rest. So all is well for the lower East Rift Zone and inhabitants there for now. And now it's your Hawaiian Volcano summary for this week.